It's a cool, breezy evening, and I'm kind of enjoying it. I know we're going to start getting into the real heat in another couple of weeks, so the daytimes have been in the 70s and the evenings knocked down as low as the 40s, and right now it's just lovely. It's probably the 60s. I've got my hammock set up to watch the sun go down and the stars come out. I have a really good book to read this evening, and got some gardening done. I went to the nursery today and got some sage. I had a sage bush and it just never thrived. And finally it disappeared after the big half-acre cleanup. It's put out of its misery. So I got a nice big one that looks a lot healthier. Lately I've been thinking about plants that were prevalent when I was growing up. I don't know if you've noticed, but different landscaping styles change with the times. And I was thinking about certain things that I grew up with and that I kind of miss. One of them was honeysuckle. I grew up in a house that had the fence, it was a fenced backyard, and along one of the fences was just a full length of honeysuckle. It just smelled so good. So I went to the nursery the other day and asked about that, and evidently they have it, and it is it's okay for the weather here, but they were out. So they didn't have any right then, so I'll go back and check probably in another couple weeks. But while I was there, I got some lantana. Lantana was also a big deal when I was growing up, and I do like it, and they had several different colors, so I got several different ones, like a yellow one and kind of a lavender one and an orange one. And I've transplanted all four of those things, the sage and the lantanas, into bigger containers with good soil and a little bit of fertilizer for a healthy start, and they're out in the back. While out in the back, I saw a hummingbird. It was getting some nectar out of one of the flowers that had come out of the cactus. Unfortunately, I didn't have my phone with me, or I would have taken a little video. It was just absolutely adorable, so pretty. Even though we're up in the woods here and there's not a lot of flowering material, we still get hummingbirds, especially in the spring when there's a lot of wildflowers and the like. I'm hoping that with the addition of the flowers that I put in the back there, we'll get some more. I also moved some wood chips. I have a big wood chip pile, so I have an old wagon, like a toy wagon, I guess, that I drag behind me, and I pull wood chips off of the wood pile and drag them down the hill, and it's quite an effort, but that's okay. I put a lot of wood chips out on top of open containers last fall, and now I've planted more things and have more containers. So I put wood chips over anything that didn't already have wood chips on the top. It just really helps retain water, and with the heat that's coming, I think it's important to do so. I will do some more tomorrow. I have a little list of things I'm going to try to accomplish. I've started some seeds in the garden too, but I think I do better at this point if I also start them in little containers, so I'm going to be doing that. A few days ago, maybe a week ago, I talked about journal writing and that I'd gotten a bunch of journals. So I'm working my way through them. One of the first journals I worked through was the address book, the contacts. I wanted to have a written book of addresses and phone numbers in case I don't have access to the phone or to electricity or something happens. So before I could enter things, I had to actually go through my contacts, and I had over 1,000 contacts. So I sat down and went through them, and it took maybe 2 hours, but the first round I got rid of over half of them. They weren't even useful contacts. I had some people worked with many years ago, or advertising reps from my previous job years ago that I hadn't even thought of, but there they were in my contacts. So just that effort alone of going through the contacts on the phone and getting rid of so many superfluous ones was just amazing. I have to do another round now. There's a lot of duplicates, and some contacts I kept in there for sentimental reasons because I remembered the person, even though I haven't seen him in 50 years, and I really have to be a little more brutal. And as I go, I've been putting names and addresses in the book, and again, it's amazing how many addresses I don't have. I have phone numbers, but I don't have addresses, and with a lot of people, the addresses don't matter, but for some people, they do matter. If I want to send cards or I don't know if I go to their house. Usually I go just because I've been there, but I think it's good to have a written address also. So I'm adding those as it goes as well. I'm doing a lot of deep cleaning here. On my list was to take care of the storage area under the house. I have an area under the house which is kind of has a dirt floor, but it also has an area to put boxes and totes. So I had a lot of those there, and I went through there and consolidated a lot of stuff, was able to remove some totes that were, duplicates, or I had totes that were only half full. And I do have some totes from up here when I cleaned out my bedroom and cleaned out the closet after the mouse eradication remodel that I'm not quite ready to get rid of. They are like under the bed ones and some other ones. So I want to see how this closet remodel or closet reorganization goes and how I go through a year of seasons with my clothing before I get rid of those. So there was plenty of room for them down there, and in going through there I found some dishes I forgot I had, so it was all good. Anyway, I hope you are doing well and enjoying your summer, this beginning of summer, and you just have beautiful days to look forward to. Thank you so much for watching.